I'm Madeleine Harvey, and thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We're going to explore a very intriguing and interesting topic, and that is how can you at home practice fully, fully engaging in the experience of the voice so that you can build confident new behaviors, but you have to deal with the fact that other people can hear you. So how can you manage such a tricky compromise? So hopefully by the end of today's lesson, you'll be filled with new ideas of, again, how you can practice fully, feeling completely comfortable in your own voice and keeping in mind other people that live around you. So if you like today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up or click that subscribe button below. I would love to see you here more often. This is a highly nuanced and extremely tricky question that has a very simple answer. But let me explain the question first, because it's how do we practice? How do we practice in a way where other people can hear us, but we still got to go for it, right? Well, you have to first understand what camp of singer you kind of fall into. That means what's your tendency as a singer? Oftentimes, there are two. People who hesitate at the big moment, pull back, come small, or people that push and overcompensate because they're trying to stay big. Now, this is a very tricky thing because the voice is set up in the same way our personalities are. We've learned how to do this somewhere in our life, a sort of if this, then that situation. Oftentimes, we learn it from our environments. And matter of fact, that is the objective, is what do I need to do to survive this environment, right? So let's say that you are a singer, but you grew up in a perhaps highly critical or maybe loud, volatile family household, or maybe it was just loud. So you might have learned to diminish your voice. You may want to sing, but feel that every time you try, it hesitates, it becomes smaller. Because your mind, your psyche is literally trying to just keep you safe. So that's why that tactic is there. But let's say, same situation, highly critical, volatile, crazy family. So maybe you learned that if you want to be heard, you got to be with your voice, right? Yeah. So that's, again, your psyche trying to keep you safe and saying you got to go for it, you got to fight for it. Type of thing. So we've got these two camps of singers, those that hesitate and those that overcompensate, all kind of programmed around this idea of I'm just trying to survive the environment, right? I'm just trying to do what's necessary to survive the environment. So the real question to ask yourself is, what is it going to take for me to feel safe when I practice? That's actually the real question, and I'll linger on that for emphasis. What is it going to take for you as the singer to feel safe? Safe enough to fully express yourself without any fear of judgment. Fully express yourself with confidence, being completely comfortable in your own body. This is such a big deal. This is at the heart of why this is so tricky, this question. What is it going to take for me to feel safe? We've got to consider it. So let me propose a compromise. So this is my favorite way to practice because my husband is always a room away. His office is very close to mine. Sometimes he's in a meeting, he's in a big meeting, and I'm like, and yeah, I've got to be considerate of those times. So that's usually when I bring out the blanket and I practice. So let's go back to our question. What is it going to take for me to feel safe? Safe enough to allow full expression so that I might know what that feels like. If I know what that feels like consistent enough, I can build that into a permanent habit. And that's what we're talking about, okay? Now, we got other people. Yeah, they can hear us, and that's true. But I'm talking about you and your experience with the voice. So we're going to take a blanket, and I'd like for you to pause if you need to. A blanket or a pillow will do the trick. A towel, anything that you can use to contour to your face. I'll pause so you can go ahead and grab that. Or you can pause, and I'll just keep going. So let's assume you've got your blanket. You're just going to take your environment, and you're going to make it small. Now, the idea is that you can feel safe enough, even from yourself, where you can fully allow the expression of your voice without judgment. That's what we're so scared of, right? We're afraid of being judged. So without judgment, we're going to take our broom and we're going to make it really small. Notice how much of that sound is getting muffled now. So if I make a sound and go, ah, ah, that is the equivalent, same exact sound. But notice how the blanket caught most of those vibrations. Ah. Now, this is why it's so important. We have to program your technical skills to support sensation. That's another thing I'll say slow for emphasis. The reason technique is because we're trying to create new sensations for the voice. New sensations. The sensations of support, confidence, support. We have to be able to go for it without fear. Now, we can't just scream and yell. That's overcompensating, right? We have to feel what it actually feels like to be somewhere in this balanced place between I'm hesitating and I'm overcompensating. Because right in that Goldilocks zone is freedom and confidence. So take your room, take your blanket, and contour it to your face. And I just want you to sigh easily but fully. And as you sigh into your blanket, just ask yourself, oh, am I expressing this as fully as I can? That's it. Any pitch you want, any sound, you can just make some noise if you want to. But the only criteria is, am I expressing this fully? You are actually asking a sensation-based question. You're not going, how does it sound? You're asking, did I feel like I fully expressed myself? Okay, ready? Here we go. Any random note you fancy. Here we go, ready? That's crazy. Yeah, you can have a lot of fun with this. You can have a lot of fun with this. Did you notice that you were expressing yourself fully? I hope so. I hope so. Let's try some playful sounds again. And if you needed to make a nice adjustment, because maybe you noticed you were overcompensating, expressing fully, but now overcompensating. I just want to give a slight adjustment that doesn't compromise your sensation now. So the slight adjustment is sigh, sigh. Just sigh, but sigh fully into your blanket. Ready? Here we go. Good. Yes. Yes. The new behaviors are supported from within. Now, that's not like a hippy-dippy like attitude. It's legit. It is technical. We are supporting those behaviors from within. We know that we know what balance feels like. We know how to generate that balance. So if you do this enough, if you do this consistently, then you will effectively retrain the way that your body behaves with sound. Your body will literally be restored to instinct, meaning it's not overly technical and it's not wild either. It's this nice, fluid, balanced marriage of both. So let's play with some notes. Some notes. So let's just walk down. Da, 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 da. Okay. So let's say this is what we're practicing. This is our musical phrase. We're going to sigh into our blanket, and our only question that we're going to ask ourselves is, did I express myself fully? One more time, notes for your ear. And that's the rhythm as well. Ba, da, 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 da. Ready? Here we go. Again. Again. One more time. Now lower your blanket. Right? We are developing the same sensation. We carry the sensation out into open space that we had in the blanket. So this is literally training the kind of confidence of I know what going for it feels like. And it's just an added bonus that people can't really hear. I know that was the objective for today. But as long as you have a blanket or a pillow on you, they won't be able to hear much of your sound anyways. I just want to strongly emphasize that we're trying to feel that space between too much, too little, that Goldilocks place of balance. So without getting overly technical, it may be of service to you just to say, just to take your blanket and just take a few moments every day and just let it go. Let it go, let it go. Let that energy that is all tangled up inside. You know that energy that says, I want to sing fully, and I want to be so alive with that expression. I just want to feel it as lightning bolts going through my body. Well, you got to know what that feels like. You got to know what that feels like. And you got to be gentle with yourself as you work like that. So just sigh into your blanket. If you generate your practice off of that same sense of ease, you will change your voice from being one that's overly criticized by what it hears to one that is always balanced based off of how things feel. And the added bonus is that other people can't really hear you very well, but you're not compromising. You're not compromising what you need in your practice because you know they can hear you. Okay? There you have it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and click that subscribe button below. I would love to see you here more often. Thank you so much for including me in your musical journey, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, loves.